So now, I'm going to tell you a story for consumer victims and chocoholics. Do you remember the Milky Bar Kid?
Yeah.
Okay, so when he grew up, 'cause it's a long time ago, the Milky Bar's around me. When he grew up, he became an intergalactic space marshal traveling through outer space and had his cataract removed. Looks remarkably like me, actually. And so I'm going to play his part, and this is one of his adventures. I was flying through the Milky Way. And now this is how you find out how indoctrinated you are, by the way. I was flying through the Milky Way when I stopped up at a star bar to take a break and met a chocolate alien called Nutella. She got stuck on marzipan, working for some sleazy Mars bar, stripping down to her Snickers to make her bounty. She came over for a waffle. I got caught in a swirl. As she fondled my truffles, the wagon wheels of my mind plowed effortlessly through the fudge of my consciousness, and I reveled with every caress of her chocolate fingers. I thought I was gonna flake. Just then I noticed my Turkish delight, sitting outside on the rocky road with short Sam and long Tom and some skinny stick of rock from Brighton, waiting for a double-decker. I knew this wasn't gonna be no picnic. I had to let Nutella slip through my fingers. I stepped outside. The air was crisp. Short Sam looked like a penguin. When he saw me, he had a kinder surprise. They thought they were the smarties, but when it came to the crunch, they were just praline. It was already after 8, so me and the Turkish wandered over to the 5-star for a twirl. The place was full of nuts, the whole assortment, and the atmosphere was brittle. I put a dime in the machine and played the twister. This was the boost the joint needed. Suddenly, there was hundreds and thousands. All sorts. From all over the galaxy. And the place started to move. Tobler owns the 5-star bar. Drives a Ferrero. When I knew him, he was a tracker and drove a Caramac. Yeah, now he lives on Quality Street. He said there might be a crumble, and if I take time out, there'd be a wedge in it for me, so I decided to take 5. After midnight, we went to the Kit Kat to watch a starburst. Small fries and teasers playing Skittles. M&M's on the airways. I called to the wafer, but he was jammed between a Danish and some other cookie. The Tim Tams were about to start over at the Lion Bar, so we took a taxi. It was a real treat. Marble floors, green and black cushions, and the lamps were old gold. Minstrels played tunes that took my breath away. It was a sweet evening. I decided to call it a night before I passed my sell-by date. My Turkish delight had already mysteriously disappeared. I heard a whisper say Nutella and Candy were blowing a fuse over in the corner. So I slipped out without making a ripple.